Excellent. We need that.
Captain, scouts from our second
Crash
colony
ship
on
of some
Gaia
kind around
report a
Meridian
possible
I.
crashed
Energy
ship of
signature.
some kind along Meridian 1.
Also, vehicle manager. Calypso. Remember that D0 thing we were talking about? Well, it sent us to I-9. So let's go there. This is kind of important. Experimental spacecraft from the Tantalus crash landed on a deserted island, sustaining devastating damage. A large section of the prototype engine has survived. You could barely make out RMIN-2 stenciled on the engine's housing. Once your population gets above, total population gets above double the size of, basically, as soon as you need more than 2 habitats to store your population, you can upgrade the habitats.
We've located an experimental ship from the Tantalus, sir. It appears to have been using some new engine prototype. We'll put our best teams on it at once. We will need 2 research labs on the Calypso, or at a space site, assigned to physics research to further aid our efforts. The zero-G environment will let us perform specific tests on the prototype to gain an understanding from it.
Oh, right.
One of our research teams is interested in studying the
Captain, Gaia is an ideal...
We're gonna go ahead and invent that because we got it. We'll need this too. This is another critical tech. Once I get the Cheaty radio, things get a lot easier, and I'll be doing a lot of less. Find Tantalus radio transmissions run out of power. Its last message was, the Exodus spaceport at Rhea Sector J31 has been attacked and the last transport destroyed. Without large cargo, we cannot survive. But wasn't the main communications hub an F-30? Oh, God.
Sir,
Yes,
we should get
yes,
a ship
we
off
should.
to Rhea.
Colony manager, Rhea, robots. At Exodus Spaceport, you located a transport ship that was crashed during takeoff. You managed to salvage a crate which is written, or filter magnets. Might as well. Since I'm out here, I might as well grab a little bit of ore. And by a little bit of ore, I mean fill my whole tech. Figures.
I believe we can
Enhanced
now
refiner
create
to
an
greatly improve our... Need math and... beta 2. There we go. Just basically making sure that we don't run out of energy or ore. Buildings that produce it, or in case of ore, extract it, will basically immediately consume some for themselves, but you can quickly get into a position.
Sir, one of my men located a data chip at that communication center on Gaia F30.
Excellent.
The chip had seemingly been
Colony manager.
Invention complete.
During our initial testing of the subwarp radio, we recorded an anomaly at or near Sector D20.
Yeah, the subwarp radio is pretty awesome. Melbourne, how are you doing, Melbourne? You need a new... Melbourne needs a new habitat. Beta 2 will be back into balance, you know, once it finishes building stuff. Hermes has nobody on it. Ares. We're gonna go to D21 and then... Alright, we have a new toy, friend, ladies and gentlemen. It has 2 uses. This is the new item we have on our map called the subwarp radio. Subwarp radio has 2 uses. One, it scans for research points, stuff that can give you research points, which is a little tag. And then the other one is the those little surface, those little question marks. Those are anomalies. Anomalies are both just useless joke things. Or flavor text, as it were, and everything else. Fractures in the ground were caused by recent meteor impact. This appears to be one of the lowest points anywhere on Ares. And it is this point that's searching for research items, scouring the planet for research items, tends to be a little more time efficient than using research labs. Come on. So if we scan this here, so it has a little bulb there. Oh. This was Ares Military Command. In the locker you find old orders sealed in plastic. Investigate rumors of ore-rich asteroid in Beta Asteroid Belt. So, colony manager, Hermes. We don't have any ships on Hermes yet, so while we're here, we are basically going to strip mine Beta 2 of its... Determine that, unlike the Alpha asteroids, these asteroids are never part of a planet. The surface rock contains small pockets of helium. Chemistry is probably one of the easier ones to find. Math and physics are probably the hardest to find. Electronics, and on terrestrial planet biology is pretty easy to find. Wow. Yeah, this is the other motion mode. Physics! The rocks containing fascinating chaotic patterns made by numerous mineral types. Wow, that was a good haul. 25 and 5. The other nice thing about scanning for everything using the subwarp radio is orange crystal similar to quartz and gneiss follow gash in the stony surface to the west. You can pick up some of the background of what, pick up clues of what's happened to the Tantalus. Part of the surf asteroid was melted by some kind of energy beam. You also find what I call backward references. So stuff to like sector references and tech references to things that... Several pressure domes once formed the officers of Harbor Company. Torn paper catches your eye. First pilot to pinpoint the location of the fabled iron asteroid means no expense paid vacation. There's apparently an iron asteroid here in this belt. Distant pulsars. The other nice thing about the scientific discoveries you just detect a ringing in the stone core of the asteroid. If these are rocky asteroids, they're not very ore rich. They're not worth. Which is why I don't usually put colonies on them. Okay. This is the last of the anomalies on the planet. Embedded in the dark asteroid stone are some flecks of golden crystal. Boulders rich with iron sulfides. Should be the last of it. Physics. Ringing in the stone core of the asteroid. Same one as before. Wow. So we now have physics. Gosh. Let's go ahead and switch to that. We're gonna need more math anyway, so Connie Manager. Okay, Newterra is basically at a steady state. Very slow growth in everything, but ore will remain basically steady. That's pretty much how we want it. We want to produce as much as everything but ore as possible.
Invention complete.
What did we complete? Probably the trinoid solenoid. Superconducting electroconductor work to get wound together as 3 coaxial helices. Greatly improves the storage and transmission of energy. Yeah, now we can upgrade our facilities. I'm going to hold off on that for the moment. Send. And now we have that recon mission we need to go on. Early game, they're nice enough to give you... In the early game, they're nice enough to basically make everything else empty. Southern Hemisphere. Because they know you don't have the subwarp radio. But later, they start putting all sorts of crap there. There's a bunch of ore. Yin Gedmalas lands in the city. 8 Tantalus colonists and a crashed freighter. So we'll go to I-26 Gaia. Colony Manager. Pilot's log of crash show reads, attack the alien ship with missiles and lasers. No effect. Needed muster all remaining spacecraft for next attack. You find a blood red jewel that casts double spectrum when held up to sunlight. Yeah, when our cargo we will get better ships, folks. These grassy hills serve as home for small rodent-like creatures that feed on grass seed. A large bush similar to the Terran creosote has spread its root across the surface to steal nutrients in the surrounding vegetation. Despite the aridity of the strip of land, various forms of lichen survive on the salty rock surface.